Welcome back.
Your death will honor my name.
So you will have noticed by now this isn't the Wing Commander 3 video. When I said it might be, I had noticed that the person whose audio I'd been waiting on had just sent me something, but that turned out to be missing a few lines, so I'm afraid that video is still in the waiting pile. After breaking my microphone rather more permanently than previously, it had already been pretty much broken, but it was hanging on and then it gave up eventually. I dedicated some time to grinding my privateer character so that they could get someone at the start of the plot. And while that was happening, I had my first encounter with Kilrathi in Privateer, which I thought was notable enough
I am battered human, yet unbeaten.
to be worthy of a video, so here it is. The Kilrathi are... well, this Kilrathi was not particularly more dangerous than a Talon, though it was harder to hit, I felt. Possibly because it was just flown better. The Dralthi seem to be the standard Kilrathi Dralthi Mark 1 from Wing Commander 1, not the Mark 2 from Secret Missions, or the much more dangerous Dralthi Mark 4 from Wing Commander 3. How they got here is a bit of a question, since the Dralthi 1 does not nominally have a hyperdrive. So how it jumped to the Troy system, which is pretty deep in Confederation territory, I have no idea. Then again, the game is supposed to be approximately contemporary to Wing Commander 3, so the question as to why the Kilrathi are flying outdated fighters around is also a reasonable one. The possible answer is that the Kilrathi took some old outdated Dralthi 1s, refitted them with hyperdrives, and sent them out into the civilian sector. The strange part about that is I wasn't aware that the Kilrathi had a civilian sector. Anyway, the remainder of this mission is normal, by which I mean full of talons. This one was not particularly challenging in any way, other than the fact that my accuracy was terrible and he kept dodging, meaning he took rather longer to kill than he really ought to have done. Though fortunately not that much longer. I've been playing Privateer for a while now, I think probably 10 different runs in Troy, and I'm beginning to get a handle on the space combat. I suppose my immediate areas of comparison would be Freelancer and Frontier, and of course the other Wing Commander games. There's some similarity with Frontier in some ways, in that Frontier's strange, actually implementing physics flight engine ends up with you pillboxing almost entirely, at least from your perspective, no matter how fast you're flying, because you tend to be going far too fast and you don't have that much maneuverability. Unless you actually have got involved in a fight right at the start of your journey or something. Which is somewhat similar to how it tends to work here. Whereas Freelancer didn't have a joystick-driven engine. If Freelancer's flight engine had been joystick-driven, it would have been a thing of complete beauty. As it was, I really like fights in Freelancer, but they do get rather samey after a while. I think there's not a huge amount to choose between Freelancer and Privateer on the flight engine grounds. I'll be amazed if Privateer manages to replicate anything almost as good as Freelancer's plot, which is incredible. And I guess compared to the Wing Commander games, it's better than 3, because there's a similar sort of required accuracy thing going on as with 3, where a lot of your goal is shooting at very small targets moving pretty fast. Whereas in this game, you're mostly shooting at somewhat larger targets, moving a bit slower. So it's still accuracy driven, but it's nowhere near as annoying as Wing 3 is, in that sense. Of course, Wing 3 is not as annoying as it is on Nightmare, as it is on Ace. And I'm playing Privateer on something equivalent to Wing 3 Ace in as much as I don't think it has difficulty settings, or if it does, I haven't found them.
Can it be? Has the god of man abandoned?
So it doesn't seem to be that much of a challenge for 2 or 5, which have the best flight engines. That said, I haven't seen the Centurion yet. I'm hoping that the game will feel completely different in an actual fighter, the way it does in a Tarsus, and then maybe different again in a gunship. Because, some of the Wing Commander games do feel that different. I mean, I wouldn't have liked Wing 2 very much if it had been entirely in a broadsword.
Now entering an automatic
And
landing
on
zone.
that note, well, thanks for watching. I've been Alanin, this has been Wing Commander Privateer, and I will see you next time.